Back when I was in high school, home ec was basically cooking. You were learning how to cook, you were learning how to sew, you were learning about child development. But now it's a little bit different, where we actually want to give kids the skills so that they can actually go out and get a job when they have our classes.
We have a lot of open discussions in our classrooms, a lot of activity, a lot of variety, and I think that's what makes it for kids.
We teach skills so that kids can actually go out and get a job, and they have a little bit of knowledge to help them be a step ahead of everyone else.
We have programs like Pro Start, which is teaching our students the hospitality industry, and they're in competitions in Denver, Johnson and Wales, and doing all kinds of great experiences that are hooking them early as to whether this is what they want to do. And then suddenly the rest of their classes make more sense because they realize they need to know math, they need to know science, they need to know how to read and write if they're going to have any kind of a career. So it's been a great program here, and it's become one of the, maybe even the most popular of the elective programs, because our students are really seeing that it's relevant and it's going to help them with whatever they choose to do.
Within our Family and Consumer Science department, we teach about 5 programs.
Food science is a science credit in this district, and so depending on what kids decide to take, they can either go to another science class or they can take food science. We have 2 semesters.
I think every kid should take the core, because eventually they're all going to be in relationships. Well, they're in relationships right now, but they're going to get married and be in those relationships, and and then just being able to take care of themselves. Our life management class, and someone else will talk about that, but in that class, they learn how to live on their own, which they're all going to be doing.
Our Family and Consumer Science classes offer, first of all, life application. Not only are you learning about all the base subjects, we deal with mathematics, writing, science, reading, but you're also learning how to become employable.
When I was in school, it was called home economics, and we are not the typical home ecky Beckies. But yeah, it was called home economics, and we did a lot of this stuff, but we've come a long ways, baby.
These classes give them an idea of things that they may do later on in life. I think it's important for them to get all the core classes, but a lot of students leave high school without knowing what they really want to do, and this kind of creates a lack of direction, and that makes it a little difficult to decide, do I want to go to college? Do I want to go straight into a job situation? What kind of job do I want to do? And these courses give them an idea of what they're looking for and what they need to do to get a career in the future, something that they're going to be happy with.
The hands-on things hold kids to high standards. It's our foods class is not just going in there making macaroni and cheese and getting an A. I mean, they learn about nutrition, they learn about, it's a chemistry class, it's a business class as well for our catering, so that they know that there's much more than just preparing a meal and to making it go as in a business. So it's an awesome class, and I wish it was available to all of our kids.
Colorado is a forerunner in family and consumer sciences. They're always up on the current curriculum, and our state puts out a great curriculum for the kids to follow. And we're trying to incorporate all the reading and writing and math skills that are essential for our CSAP test into our curriculum. So we're trying to keep up with the changing world.
There are programs that prepare students for the world of work and the real relevant world that they're going to go out into when they're 25. So I very much appreciate that we have those programs in our school.
I didn't do well in school except for in those classes. I did real well because it's hands-on, and I know a lot of kids learn differently opposed to sitting and listening to lectures and doing homework, but that's not how it is in these classes.
It's hands-on. It's very relevant. Nothing that we teach is never going to be anything that they don't need for life. Even if they never cook a meal, even if they never sew a piece of clothing, they can buy quality clothing. They can look at what it takes to produce that clothing, or to become part of fashion world, or to be to make their Mountain Dew that they love to drink, or to be working in fast food if that's the job that they end up getting, which a lot of them do, or if that's what they want to avoid. And it lets them understand that these are life decisions and everybody eats, so it's relevant to them always. Even if they forget how to balance a chemical equation, they're going to think about a chemical reaction or a physical change as they prepare things, and they look at what's necessary to tell if that food's finished or not.
I think these classes are imperative to your child's well-rounded education. Nowadays, you can't just sit in a math or science class and expect them to get everything they need.
Even if you used to take home ec classes, especially those parents or somebody in your world took home ec classes, it's a new focus, it's a different world. We do a lot with preparing for the workforce and careers and the relevancy to everyday life as well, even if you never go into the field of child development or any of the food industry. I think the important piece is everything we teach has a life relevancy, has a necessity to it, where they might forget their geometry, but they're not going to not utilize their food knowledge or their child care knowledge.
It's amazing to see how you can impact kids in such a positive way. We really do teach the standards of everyday living, skills that kids can use every day of their lives.
I would like to say that Family Consumer Science will rock your socks.
Come have fun, get some life application education, and please just join us. We'd love to have you.